the baby of the family. So my oldest sibling is 20 years older than me. Yes, so the poem that I'm going to do today, and I feel a little bit vexed that they're like so much older because they know I got the privilege that they never got. So I dedicate this poem to my mum that I'm going to do. It's called Conversations with Mum. Thank you for carrying the baton for me. Thank you for carrying the baton for me so that I could have a better opportunity. I will never understand your cost or your loss you sacrificed for me and my siblings. So I could have a better life, better than yours. You left St Lucia, Dennery and Monrepo village to be exact. Back in St Lucia, life was simple. You spoke about farming the land. Dad, you was a highly skilled tailor where your top designs were sold in town. Mum, you was only 22 and Dad was 28, leaving your siblings, parents and loved ones behind, invited by the Commonwealth to help build back Britain. The most skilled workers came to make a mark, to make a new start, optimistic, brave, hard-working, heading to the land of milk and honey, where the streets were paved with gold. Well, this is what you were told. Yeah. Mum, you travelled on the ship named Bianca. Many came before you on the Windrush, like the famous Lord Kitchener. Mum, you said the cruise ship you travelled on was paradise. Food, dancing, everything was there. A trip of a lifetime. But Mum, you wasn't totally without a care. Yearning thoughts of your children you left behind, my older brother and sister, with a plan to send for them later, which you did. When you arrived in the docks of London, Dad was already here. He came to meet you, and the words of hello mostly froze in the air. You were met with a stabbing, stripping cold that could bring you to tears. And where were the streets that were paved with gold that you were told? Looking for a home, a place to stay. You were greeted with no dogs, no blacks, no Irish. Eventually you found a way. Mum and Dad, you went to the room in one of those old Victorian houses. There was a paraffin heater to keep you warm. No fridge. This is why my siblings are there. There was no fridge. Food was stored on the landing to keep it fresh when it was cold. You could even make jelly. That's what my mum told me. No baths or washing machines. By hand, the clothes were washed. The Windrush generation, they never made a fuss. Mum, you said you had to pay to go to the public baths once a week, a half a penny it cost. Creating a home, a family, hearts were laid together because united you knew you were stronger. Mum and Dad in one room, Didi and her husband in another, and others lived with them too. Living together like sisters and brothers, never feeling alone, safety in numbers. You worked with each other, cooked for one another, and looked after each other's children. Whilst you worked, house parties, you would bring the children. You would never leave the babies. That's what my mom told me. £6 a week is what you earned. Back then, you could live on that money and save in your partner and buy your own property and still have money to send back for your families. Mum and Dad, Dad said to me, Dad was a man that would never back down from a fight. Stories of him fighting with the teddy boys, for him to survive, for him to stay alive. A man that you could never break down, the oldest of 11. He just wanted to make a better life for himself and his family. Invited by the Commonwealth, he came willingly to help build back Britain after the war. The sacrifices and pains he went through, I will never know. To make a better life for me, to create a better opportunity. I thank you, Mum and Dad, and all the Windrush generation for your strength of spirit, courage and bravery, hard work and determination. You made history. I will say it again, you made history. Thank you for all you did for my generation. I raise a toast to you. I celebrate you in glory. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't even be here to tell this story. I thank you again with a grateful heart. Thank you for carrying the baton for me so that I could have a better opportunity. Thank you. Woo!